Hey everybody, Robert Dunt, arttop10.com, and here I am today once again at the Islington Business Design Centre in London at London Art Fair. It's one of my favourite art fairs. I always like this one. Nice sort of crop of modernist sort of work. Sort of, it's not kind of crazy contemporary hardcore like Freeze. It's kind of more straightforward, but all the better for it in some ways, I think. So let's have a little look around, and here we are already. I rather like this. This is Osborne Samuel Gallery. I've already seen a nice little Ivon Hitchens over here that I like. Always like a bit of Ivon Hitchens. Look at that, beautiful zoomy brushstrokes. What's this one called? Water Beyond Number 5. They did loads and loads of these different pictures. I think always trying to sort of improve on what he did before. But you've got a lovely sort of sweeping sense. And look at those lovely thick brushstrokes down here. Gorgeous, aren't they? Lovely piece. I like that. Lots of nice. And so this is a pretty good example of all that kind of modernist kind of stuff you'd got in here. Always like these things. And you got Peter Lanyon, obviously St Ives, kind of Cornish artist. John Piper, Alan Reynolds, Patrick Heron. Obviously I love a bit of Patrick Heron. That's so cool. Oh, we got a prize on that one, which is nice. That's really cool, actually. I really like that blue. Look at that sort of weird electric blue in that grey colour beside it. 16,000 that one. And you've got a bigger gouache on paper here. Complex interlocking red, blue, olive, yellow gouache on paper. That's 48,000. Amazing how much that is, isn't it? But, wouldn't mind having that 48,000. It's pretty funky. I love the way the blues are bleeding into the reds here. Really cool, I like that. Moving on around, Osborne Samuel, Alan Reynolds, John Blackburn, John Craxton. What was the other thing I wanted to look at in here in particular? Got Keith Vaughan over there. Always like a bit of Keith Vaughan. What's that one? Oh, Roger Hilton. That's quite interesting, Roger Hilton. I haven't seen that one before. I've always got quite a wacky vibe to Roger Hilton, something quite unexpected about him. A nice little Henry Moore drawing. Oh, that's a weird little Henry Moore sculpture. Two-piece reclining figure. Intriguing. I've seen one quite like that before. So it's the press preview at the moment. It looks like some of the things are still actually literally being put up as we stroll about. We'll just keep on going. Oh yeah, we'll go down to this. This must be a Terry Frost over here. That looks fun. Nice Terry Frost. Look at that. Funky. Cool. So I'm not trying to say funky anymore, and I'm trying to actually describe it. So look at that. You've got those beautiful blues. You've got a nice sort of arrow top left. Blues swooping down. It's nice. I like it. And those sort of ziggy-zaggy lines zigging up and down. It's very cool. Really nice. If you have that, I really like the different blues he's got in there. And quite a lot of different blue colours, which are pretty cool, frankly. Right, so let's keep on strolling through London Art Fair 2023. More galleries, James Freeman Gallery. And you do have a few more sort of contemporary things at London Art Fair, like this sort of photo. Sam Burford, British top films of all time. It's sort of really abstracted, it's quite cool. Is that by, I'm sure I've seen paintings like these before, Andrea Dobreva, sort of, more sort of old-fashioned kind of picture with those splurgy sort of colours on top. And these are actually Indian miniatures. Shadi Reza Iranian, 1988. Oh, they're quite modern Indian miniatures, or where are they from? Iranian miniatures. Quite intriguing, actually. They're quite cool. They've got like little photographs in them, haven't they? Intriguing combo of stuff. Yes, London Art Fair does supply you with these more funky things as well as the more straightforward stuff, which I suppose is quite nice, but obviously nothing's going to be as madly expensive as you'd have at Freeze, but it's still, I guess it's still sort of affordable. James Freeman Gallery. Crazy little pencil drawings. 990, you see, that's not a bad deal, is it? Pencil on old book paper. The young musician. Homage to Jean Gris. I always like that Jean Gris. There we go, strolling on through. Charlie Smith, London. That's quite funky. Isabella Banks, archival pigment print. Interesting. 1,800. Intriguing. Quite funky little print. That's why I keep saying funky then. What I mean is they've got quite a nice sort of abstracted kind of, what do you say, black and white or green and white kind of energy coming off that kind of abstracted single colour white experience to them. So I say white, it's funky these days. One thing I keep finding, whenever you turn up to these things a bit too early, like I've done now, it's slightly difficult to go right into the galleries and peer at stuff. But let's see what happens. Anyway, I'm just trying to stroll around and get the vibe. I think in a little bit of time it'll be slightly easier. Might even head upstairs for a little bit. Rachel Nicholson. And he's obviously very like Ben Nicholson. I don't actually know if she's related to Ben Nicholson. Difficult to say. But yeah, they're fun. I mean, I don't mind these at all. Spheres and Tides. Yeah, that's quite a nice one. That is a Ben Nicholson, that one. Look at that. That's really cool. I like that. 14,500. Oh, that lovely little kind of crazy glass, pressed paper. Intriguing. That's another little Ben Nicholson drawing. I do like his drawings. His drawings are actually always rather remarkable. Funky. Really good. Oh, that must be a Rachel Nicholson. I do like these things. I mean, I keep looking at it thinking, you know, it's very controlled. You've got the grey, you've got a bit of blue, you've got a bit of lighter blue, you've got a black, you've got those lines, hard edge lines. It's very beautifully done. A view from Dyke Flats. These are obviously all St Ives sort of things, which are nice. Blue striped jug on canvas. Quite like the little jug. I actually wonder if you should go home and do stuff like that yourself. I actually quite like the way it's not dramatically tortured with paint. You can still see through the paint, which is quite nice. It gives it more of a sense of paint, which you can lose quite easily with lots of things. To 2020. I like the dark blacks and that as well. It's kind of cool. Again, quite restrained colours, black and blue. Like that Ben Nicholson one there beforehand. Nice, better than I thought they'd be. Quite a good little view from up here across. This is like the main part of the show where I've just been down there. Just talking about some of those galleries. Right, let's keep on strolling down. See what else we can find. 9 British art. What is the 9 British art? Let's see if we can work out what that is. Come on, 9 British art. Oh, it's just a gallery, the 9 British art. I don't know what that means. Gary Ragg. Which was Gary Ragg? I can't remember if Gary Ragg was a guy I did an exhibition with years ago. Born in 1946. Painted Sinatra's first solo exhibition. Interesting. Oh, Mark Francis got a lot of these. These are quite cool, aren't they? Signed and dated. Curling Gary. It's interesting making invisible visible and in magnifying microscopic biological imagery. Creates works that combine artistic and scientific discourses. It gets a bit boring when you get to that bit, but I think they look quite nice. Tony Bevan. Nice funky sort of Violet there, so funky again. What is funky about it? I suppose again, what is interesting about it is that reduced colours. You got that sort of magenta-y violet. I suppose you've got big patches of it, then you've got more lines zigzagging around it. It's, I mean, obviously you recognise it as Tony Bevan's work, but it doesn't necessarily mega blow me away. I'm not entirely sure I'd want it at home. It's a bit mean, isn't it? This is Browse and Dog. Anyway, let's have a look at this. And a little Patrick Heron. We'll have a quick look at him. Sorry, not Patrick Heron, Ivon Hitchens. Oh, look at that one. Interesting. Zoop of little paint there on the left-hand side. They're all quite similar, but they all still somehow exist in their own little world rather nicely. James Burlingham Gallery, Hampshire. I think it's a price on that? No, please ask for pricing. Oh, through, look at that. You've got a nice little Joseph Albers over here. Oh, that's interesting. What's that print? That's a screen print. Interesting, because it's much flatter than the actual painting. 16,500. Interesting. You've got David Hockney. I've seen that before. It's like a little digging up glass, little etching. Quite funky. 6,850. Yeah. That's a William Scott. I haven't got the price for that. Another William Scott. No price for that. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Alan Reynolds. That's got a nice. I do like things like that. Just kind of classic British painted art with those sort of lovely emotional greys into it. It's wonderful. Strolling back over here, there's Browse and Derby still. Yeah. That drawing is by a funky drawing. I like these sort of charcoal things. Oh, Leon Kossoff. Interesting. When I worked at Computer Weekly, one of the people there was one of his, I think it must have been his grandson was working there as well. Oh yeah, I like that. I like those. I see it's nice. You can really get a sense of the work of that charcoal and the sort of the use of the charcoal and the rubber rubbing it back out to give you that nice kind of, you know, worked piece of paper. Keith Vaughan again, quite like that one. That's just greys. That's really good, isn't it? It's got a nice vibe to it. Keith Vaughan, the execution looks a bit hardcore. There's another nice charcoal drawing. Sheila Fell, 27,000. Interesting. I don't know who she is, but I like the drawing. Actually, how much? Oh, yeah, there you go. The Kossoff drawing is £44,000. Look at that, £44,000 for a drawing. But it's a great drawing. I like it. Nice paper as well. You can see that nice sort of thickness of the paper at the edge, which is cool. Keep on moving. Scary sculpture. Oh, a nice little Patrick Heron here. What is that? On paper, yeah, gouache on paper. That's nice, that one, isn't it? I wouldn't actually say it's quite as good as the other ones we saw earlier. It's got more colours aren't quite as sort of dramatic or cohesive. A little Lucien Freud etching there. Can't see price for that, unfortunately. Robert Dukes, they are. Elizabeth Blackadder. Elizabeth Blackadder was quite sort of well known, but I think she's, I don't know, I guess in the days of contemporary art she's not as famous as she, yeah, she's not alive, died in 2021. But she always did these rather beautiful watercolours. I mean, look at that flower up there. Flower's done rather nicely, I would say. These are sort of these quite traditional things that are just, I don't know, probably overlooked. She's probably like a sort of, I'm guessing she was probably like a Royal Academician, and but see, here's another one, Jane Patterson, like nicely sort of painted sort of flowers. It's not badly painted at all. It's got a sort of structure to it and everything. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, that doesn't sort of exist anymore. That kind of ability to actually paint stuff. Everything's a bit too fancy. What have we got over here? This is quite intriguing. Victor Passmore, yeah, that would be a Victor Passmore. William Scott.
Okay, hang on.
Howard Hodgkin, that's a weird Howard Hodgkin at that. Window from More Indian Views 1976. Intriguing, I like that drawing. I can't work out who that is by. Sorry, that drawing there is kind of cool, I like it. Box with more kind of crazy stuff. Ivon Hitchens over there in the corner. One of those more sort of big, chunky, stripy ones he does. Who are these? I'm intrigued by these little drawings of people over here. Is that? Yeah, that's Ewan Uglow, that's what I thought. Yeah, Ewan Uglow was like, you know, one of those Slade people. Very much sort of trying to do very careful drawings. Oh, that's an actual Ewan Uglow there in the centre. Don't like that as much as the drawings, actually. The drawings are much better. I really like these drawings, but it's that kind of, you know, real attention to detail, sort of out of Coldstream, classic British, again, classic British sort of way of doing things. I suppose that's what I do like about London Art Fair, is you've got a lot of sort of quite, you know, stuff that people have actually made and drawn and painted and produced. It's not quite as flippant as I suppose contemporary art itself can sometimes feel. What have we got in here? This is like little Chagall's. Must be Chagall prints. There you go, interesting. So Chagall print, 20,000 for a Chagall print, 30,000 for a bigger Chagall print. Interesting. And a Matisse print, and that's a Braque print. Interesting, 25,000 for a Braque print. It's quite a lot for a print. I do like Braque. Matisse, 11,000 for a Matisse print. Nice, on we go. Well, that must be, these must be Picasso prints over here, I would say. And Henry Moore prints. How much is Henry Moore print? 2,200 see for Henry Moore print. Blimey, you can get them a lot cheaper. Oh, that's quite a nice one down there. 4,500 for that one, which I think is a bit better. 2,200. 13,000. Picasso. How much is a Picasso? Oh, it's 7,000 for a Picasso. That must be a lithograph. Because actually it's sort of painted. That one's also a Sailor's Dream. Picasso, portrait of Jacqueline in the armchair, 24,000 for that one. There's a bigger one. No, it's only 24,000. What is that? Hand-signed numbered lithograph again. What is that? That's an original hand-signed numbered etching. I'm going to get more for the etching than the lithograph. What is that? Is that a numbered aquatint, 15,500? Interesting, actually. Francis Bacon. What's this? Lithograph, 19,000. And then you got a few David Hockneys here. I like this one. 30,000. That's one of his iPad ones. But I really like that with the rain. Original hand-side dated and numbered inkjet iPad drawing on wave paper. Really like that. Really like that. Just love all those little details of what it's like to look at things. So cool. And these are cool as well, aren't they? I like them. It's interesting, these are a lot cheaper, even though these are etching and aquatint. These are actually kind of, you could say, more real than an iPad drawing, and yet they're much cheaper. This one is Long and Ryle. I think they have their gallery somewhere near the Tate Britain. But I think this is like one of their classic people they have. What's his name? Simon Casson, doing sort of old style kind of paintings, and then, you know, ripping them up as it were with a bit of crazy paintwork on top, like here. It's intriguing, isn't it? I don't know, they're okay, but I mean, I guess they're a thing. Got these ones as well, similar kind of thing. You got more like old style. In some ways, the old style bit's not done quite as elaborately as I'd like them to be done. Mark Entwistle. Slightly straightforward, but pretty pieces. Keep strolling. Oh, I remember these from last year. Often these galleries are the same. Often they do often have the same kind of artists, but also often the same place in the building, just as these are in fact. These ones I remember. John Monk's big rooms with sort of paint gorged over them. Well, these are a bit like sort of latter day giving you glows. That's the weird thing about the Business Design Centre. You've got stuff like Chef Works UK. It's like an actual shop buying chef clothing. Well, it's got quite a weird collection of stuff here. These people chilling out, and it's got a weird picture. It's out by Nick Archer, Northern Ryle again. It's big, I mean, I don't know. There's a bird in the top centre, which is quite nice. I'm not sure I necessarily want to take it home, it's a bit odd. Kind of pretty in some ways, but not mind-bogglingly so. Architectural heritage, modern British sculpture. You've got Bernard Meadows, which obviously looks totally like Henry Moore. That must be a big Howard Hodgkin over there. A little bit of what looks like Andy Warhol. Trevor Bell. His wife, the name Trevor Bell. A bit like the guy we saw earlier, his name I've totally forgotten now already. That's quite cool. It's sort of hacked out a bit in the centre. Nice, I like it. This, I'm guessing, is a big Howard Hodgkin. These are, I'm assuming it's a print. Yeah, Howard Hodgkin, 25,000. I don't think I've seen that at the original print fair quite recently. You know, look at that big swooshing colours and stuff in it. It's quite fun. I'll look out here. That is by. Oh, it's got David Hockney. These are lovely, these drawings. That must be a lithograph, actually. I'm assuming. It's a good picture, isn't it? Really good. Okay, on we move. Alan Davey. And we've got I always like a bit of these Bridget Rileys. There's again more. Oh, that's one of those. Maybe that's not print. That might be one of the sort of. Because you can see the handwritten discussions of the colour. She doesn't actually produce any of her own big oil paintings. Other people do it for her, but she makes these little sketches which they come from. It's intriguing. Yeah, and that's what I thought. These must be Tracy Emin. Believe in extraordinary. Yeah. Little bird. Quite a nicely drawn little bird. And then this one, Tracy Emin, Blue Madonna. Nice. Let's head on over here. This is Alan Wheatley. He's got another. He's got Bridget Riley as well. Oh, he's got a few fun things. That by Christopher Wood. Oh, Christopher Wood. I like Christopher Wood. It's quite interesting, actually, Christopher Wood. Oh, nice painting. Good, and then you got a lovely Patrick Heron, look at that one. Interesting actually. Oh, zingy Ivon Hitchens. Patrick Harron's quite nice. 3 reds. Oh look, it's nice. You can see whoosh, 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 the brush marks inside. Really cool. Actually pretty good, I like that. Oh, that's what I always love about these things. Then you get the sort of, your eye, you get the reflection, so you look at a bit and then another bit appears and appears and appears and you get quite a zingy vibe to it. Bridget Riley looking at her scenes, painted on nicely. So still an Alan Wheatley art, quite a few fun things around here. I'll go back slow in a moment, but really nice. Interesting Patrick Harron. Not quite like the normal ones. Interesting darker colours on the right hand side here. And that sort of earthy brown and scrubbed violet. It's fun. I like it. Brown and purple, July 1960. Ivon Hitchens, Orchard Park, which is nice. Interesting, it's more straightforward that one. Not as weird. Look again, I love it. So nice, it's already scrubbed in that paint there. Scrubby, scrubby, scrubby. You can see all the real brush marks as it goes around. It's got a real vibrancy to it. And it's quite simple, it's not over fussing each bit of it. So I'm tempted to go home and do a painting like that at the park now. Adrian. So continuing just to stroll down the main bit here. Got some more nice, we'll have a little look at it. So this is the centre of the sort of main middle sort of floor, I would say. Quite a nice little Bridget Riley down there. These are prints again. David Hockney. I like these ones. These were the homemade prints when he was layered photocopy images on top of each other. They were rather good actually. The closest I've come to painting and printing 24,000. I like those ones, they're actually pretty cool. That's another one there. They're really good, I like them. Alright, let's mosey on down the centre section. Quite funky. This must be a more contemporary. I wonder when that piece was made. It looks more kind of contemporary, doesn't it? Mark Lancaster. Oh, 1938 to 2021. Interesting. 1979. Interesting. Interesting. Let's judge that one. I wouldn't have thought that was made so long ago. It just shows you the stuff that's made nowadays looks quite like the stuff that's made a long time ago. Stroll on over here. Oh, look at that. Crazy. I wonder when this was made. It hasn't got a date on it. Not a date. Oh wait, because these, I'm sure I've seen these more contemporary. Oh yeah, Atta Kwame, 2014. Oh, this is Beardsmore Gallery. Interesting. I tried to be part of Beardsmore Gallery years ago. I was going to go and see them, and then for some reason, I can't remember why I didn't end up going to see them. 25,000. Not bad. But scruffily made. I mean, really scruffily made. Oh, you banged that out in about half an hour one afternoon. I suppose that could be part of it. I mean, is that... Oh, difficult to say these things, isn't it? Is the scruffiness part of it, or are they just churning them out? Really hard to tell. Well, Stephen Carter. I'm sure he was somebody in one of those exhibitions at the Cello Factory I saw recently. Beardsmore Galleries is sort of, I mean, if you were thinking of Beardsmore's the sort of place I would kind of think of my work sort of fitting into. But, I don't know, it's so hard. There's so many people producing stuff. How do you get yourself into a gallery? It's probably all a bit of luck and gamble, really, isn't it? Right, what's going on over here? Sweet. Oh, there's Mary Fedden. Don't think anybody ever showed any Mary Fedden things anymore. I really like Mary Fedden. And they're just sweet little straightforward pictures, nothing overtly complicated or tricky about them, and they're just nice, aren't they? Just good. Like this one here. Such a crazy little person with a horse and the whip, and the horse has got a mad eyeball on it. Lovely. Another Mary Fane. Oh, look at that, that's a really nice one there. Brilliant. Look at those dark, amazing colours. Stunning. 6,500. Very nice. There's a bigger one in the centre. And she's another classic sort of, you know, well-known, established artist who's probably sort of pretty much forgotten now. And the rush of sort of contemporary work. Fine British art, it just seems to be a gallery, so it's confusing me. Around here, England and Co, London. Slightly different kind of, these are more sort of classically traditional. And then these are a bit more contemporary, funky, I suppose. I like these weird little photos. Sort of chopped up things, quite cool. There we go. That's the Rachel Nicholson thing we saw earlier. Let's go down to the end of here and go round to the right, back down the far side, but we haven't done so far. There we go, Lucien Freud etching, 65,000. If you're into those things. Bridget Riley, this. Bit of Bridget Riley, a bit of Prunella. Oh, nice Ben Nicholson over here, though. Look at that. I always like those sort of things. Nice with the drawing stuck on the piece. Often did that, stuck the drawing on a piece of paper, on a piece of board. Corner of Olympia. Interesting. Keith Vaughan again, very straightforward drawing. Interesting. So many Keith Vaughans of these things. Masses of them. And we stroll. Some Ivon Hitchens over there.
Hi Julian, how are you, mate?
Strolling on. Purdy Hicks Gallery. It's a massive photo. Yeah, it is archival pigment print. Interesting. On we go, back down this way. Thickly painted sort of flowers. Not bad, not bad. Etching.
Kieran doesn't want to join us for this.
Broadbent Gallery. That's quite funky. All sort of craziness around the edge of the thing in the centre. Small talk, mouth, and all crazy stuff flying out of it. It's quite funny, they haven't quite finished setting everything up in a lot of these places. They're still sorting it out. These things just being put on the wall right this minute. Radley Gallery in Wiltshire. Nice little sort of, what are these? Hand-finished stone lithographs. Quite nice, aren't they? Stroll on further down this bit here. Nice lion. More photos. This, weirdly enough, this side, this sort of left-hand side, this main floor always seems to be a bit more of a contemporary area, I would say. John George Gallery. Oh, Rebecca Hossack. Did have stuff with her years ago, as I probably say every single time I come here. I did have stuff with me years ago. We should try and have some stuff there again. Reality. The difficult thing approaching galleries, you don't really want to approach them, they don't really want to be approached. You need to sort of be discovered, but how do you get discovered if you don't approach them? Well, it's catch-22 kind of scenarios, isn't it? Advanced graphics. Neil Canning does quite nice pictures. Sort of Cornishy vibe stuff again. Albert Irvin. I like a bit of Albert Irvin. Well, here in the light makes your whole head blow apart. 82 out of 95. Big. Jealous. So that's editions. Yeah, it's always early. You've got these little Lego people here. Oh, that's quite fun, aren't they? Shows you just how many different Lego people there are, apart from you. Yeah, these are a bit like those Simon Caston things, I suppose, almost. Sort of classical style things done a bit more loosely. That's, I don't know. Quite like the little Pac-Man as a sculpture. That's actually rather good, I think. I like that. Quite funny. It's quite, not just funny, I like the t-shirt. Actually quite good, the sculptures. And then these, I've seen these before, these are these sort of half crisp, half sort of photo-realistic stuff. It's terribly difficult, I mean, yeah. Oh, these are quite cool. Giant pencils drawing things. Drawings of giant pencils. It's just terribly difficult to know what to produce in a way, because as a contemporary artist, you know, we're all still obsessed with Picasso and the rest of it. But what do you produce? You're almost constantly producing something that isn't quite anything. You're sort of nervous about showing exactly what you want to do. It makes it quite complicated the whole time. To know what you do want to do, what you are going to put out. I guess the pictures end up being a bit not bold enough all the time. It's supposed to be Prince, Tracy Emin, Bridget Riley. Oh, I don't recognise that Bridget Riley. Like a good swashing sea. Quite cool, quite like that. Raw editions. Paul Orego. Right, and that is pretty much done, this sort of mid-section, which is what I think of as the sort of main bit of the show. What I'm going to do now is actually going to drop down to the bit at the front. Oh yeah, and this is this big Howard Hodgkin that I saw earlier, but I hadn't taken a photo of yet. Kind of funky, isn't it? I mean, the Howard Hodgkins are good. Even though you've got to say, it's not the most amazing mad colour. Some of it, I mean, I do like some of his paintings, are spectacular. Right, so let's wander on down here. I'm going to go right down here to the end of this bit and drop down to the ground bit. Right, so we're up on this, I'm going to drop down to this little bit just here. There's often quite a few interesting things in that bit down here. Let's drop down, we'll go to this bit on the right first of all and see what's there. We'll move over to the left bit after that. There we go. I think, yeah, they normally have some kind of thing, art identity migration. There we go, Ben Uri Gallion Museum. This is invited to present art identity migration and display of highlights from a permanent collection including paintings, drawings, colours and sculpture by 32 artists of Jewish and or immigrant origin from across the past century. So we've got a bit of a... I don't actually realise these are like actual galleries as opposed to commercial galleries. So this is not for sale stuff then. Cool head. Clean Soutine, I thought that was a Soutine. It's got that really look. I mean, see, this is the thing, it's still an interesting painting itself, isn't it? Look, it's got lovely different colours in that white section of that kind of the dress. It's It's really interesting. Very interesting. So I was just chatting to the director of the Ben Nicholson Gallery, and it just gave me the brochure. It was saying art, identity, migration. It's all about migration, and it's about so anybody, whenever they turned up into the country, their experiences and how they actually often seem to be quite similar to the experiences. It's quite interesting, and I think you've got everything from Jewish artists to people from Iranian artists as well. So yeah, so it's actually quite interesting. And yeah, as he confirmed, this is the bit where an actual gallery has its sort of presence here, as in a non-commercial gallery. Got lots of lovely David Hockneys here in this bit. Interesting. Garish fine art. I think we've drifted out. Oh, we've actually drifted out of the Ben Nicholson bit. So yeah, so sorry, this bit over here, this is this Christopher Kingset fine art, and that's not the Ben Nicholson bit either. Yes, just this bit here. I think it must be. Yeah, this is Ben Nicholson. Claire Winston, David Bomberg. I didn't know David Bomberg was an immigrant. Oh, Polish Jewish immigrant parents and raised in London's East End. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, it's racehorses actually. It's rather good, that picture. I didn't realise it's racehorses. It's actually rather fine. Interesting. Yeah, it's actually quite interesting, the idea of these different experiences. Eva Frankfurter, Berlin, West Indian waitresses. Immigrated to Britain in 1939. Interesting. They seem quite sort of lots of ideas. Leon Kossoff, Frank Albach, yeah, who are obviously immigrants. Interesting. That's a really good Frank Albach, like that one. Which is quite nice and not so big, but it's still got lots of thick paint on it, which is good. Very nice. Interesting. Interesting, but yeah, they seem to have quite a lot of sort of progressive ideas, going digital, sending out high quality JPEGs to people so you can have an exhibition without having to worry about insurance. It's quite interesting. Anyway, that was good. Enjoyed that. And this again seems to be garish fine art. He's sort of attached to this bit here. A really weird Ben Nicholson I've just spotted here. Look at that. Because that's much quite different to the normal Ben Nicholsons. Really thick lines, much more normally simpler. And there's another one with quite thick lines. Intriguing. Strange Ben Nicholsons. Quite fun to look at. Intriguing. Really disturbing head of somebody there. Now that is, that must be Frank Albach, I would say. There's Frank Albach in his studio. Right, let's stroll on. So that was that bit, and now this is the other bits on this ground floor area, which is a few other galleries basically. Have a look at these. These are more kind of contemporary, I suppose you would say, blonde contemporary London. Although that has got a name completely eluded me, but we did see him over there a minute ago. I suppose maybe they're trying to make a reference between that and that. Interesting, because they're trying to make a reference between these more contemporary pictures and this more traditional one, whose name I've absolutely forgotten for the moment. Irritating. Finch Project London. Quite a lot of different things here. Interesting. I wanted to find out about contemporary art. It looks like it's done quite quickly, which isn't wrong in a way, but does it look like it's got enough time into it? Don't know. Oh, that's quite fun. Scraped vibe to it. And these darker ones, quite interesting. Intriguing. Over there, fine horse. Interesting. Right, now we're going to go upstairs again to that mid area. And have a little stroll around there and see what happens. So this is like the upper floor bit over there we're going to go to. Okay, so we're up on this little sort of slightly higher level. This one here. I'm going to stroll around it.
Yeah, exactly. So
we'll go a little bit speedier for this bit. As in, and you've still got the encounters and the photo arts, quite a lot of stuff. Glasgow Print Studio. Just give you a vibe of what's up here. Dolly and the Bear. Contemporary and sort of slightly lighter. A bit more sort of lighter and more fun up here, I think is how you describe it. Different things. I don't know what the prices are, I can't see them. You've got more stuff over there. We'll come back and have a look at it. I'm actually just going to walk around this section first and then we'll come back and see what happens. I suppose in a way I seem to be sort of trying to document the whole thing quite effectively and stuff, which I don't normally do as such. I normally just zip to the bits I like, but I think it was quite intrigued today just to literally walk around and capture the whole vibe. Oh, some penguins, that look fun. Around here, looks good. Through these bits here. It's still weird how you've got these shops on the other side, like you've got Illy University Cafe halfway through. Nice view down there through the whole building. Trundling along down here. Got a few more big waves, some trees. How much is that wave? 3,500 for the wave. There. Yeah, so this is definitely a kind of more affordable section up here, if you would call it that. 4,800, and still not cheap. Oh, Pantry Hall, of course. Oh yeah, they're normally in the spot as well. Gallery Different London. Yeah, it gives you a different vibe of the whole thing up here. I suppose the thing is, these ones up here, you could feel slightly more sort of out of it. You know, some of these things are kind of cool, quite like that. Andy Warhol, 9,500. Interesting. So again, they've still got quite quality kind of things. Keith Vaughan, everywhere you go there's Keith Vaughan. So that is a very, very tiny Keith Vaughan. 1,250. Patrick Proctor, that's a rather nice picture of those plants. 10,500. John Nash, 6,200. More Keith Vaughan and Chadwick. Intriguing. It's more, normally thought it was more contemporary up here. Oh, yeah, I think these bits were more contemporary. That bit was definitely more back to the old modernist London Art Fair vibe. Big flower pictures. Oh, you can't quite, probably can't get this on the camera. It's sort of like a 3D thing that actually pops out at you quite effectively. This is from Paris, this gallery. By his art from Bath. Yeah, so it's still just strolling on down this midsection, as I keep calling it. GoPro, not too wonky. Right, I think we're almost through this bit now. This seems to be a coffee or drinks place. Lemon Street Gallery, Truro.
It's nice to remind him now and again.
Interesting sort of things they got. I mean, that is not a Tracy Emin, is it? Jason Craighead. That's a bit of a sort of vibe to it. Oh, that kind of Tracy-M thing, I would have said. You know, I guess you can. Oh, yeah, there we go. Ken Howard, a very traditional sort of painting. 18,000. I thought some of them had become unbelievably expensive at some point, though. When we trundle down here. Oh, these must be those sculptures by what's his name? I've been to a studio, can't remember his name for the moment. But yeah, they're cool. And you've got beautiful stone. Quite a lot of interesting story about how he went to get these. He went to Iran or somewhere to get the stone. It was amazingly beautiful stone. Look at it. Just unbelievable. Nice. Right, on we gallop down here. Oh, that's weird. That must be an Oyep. This little spot here, who's this? Can't tell who's doing that. It seems a little random section without any full details. Cato Gallery London, and we go strolling on through this bit on our little vibe of it. Obviously I can't stop at every single picture, we never get through this thing, but hopefully giving you a bit of a vibe. Food. Body signature there, it is now lunchtime. Food looks quite nice. Unbelievably expensive as usual. There you go, you've got a nice view of the whole building, as ever, from there. So we'll stroll on down here. So much stuff we still haven't done, so I'm going to speed it up a bit on this little vibe. So still got the collectors, not collectors lounge, still the sort of more not contemporary bit, the more sort of radical bit. Let's go down here. I just want to finish this a little bit while we're doing it. Right, so this is the other side of these bits here. Practice Museum Studio London. GTB, I mean, there's still so much more of this thing now. And that's not, never finish it if we keep going on. So we're just going to stroll. There we go. It's quite a good point to turn back because we found a horse's hair. Right, nice. Original works on paper. Right, we're back to where we were, I think. Yeah, back to the Visit Malta area. There we go, nice. Right, anyway, so that gives you a vibe of what happens on that sort of upper level. Right, so I'll have a quick stroll through here. Encounters a new section of London art fair curated by Pearl Behrman, in which two meanings of the word encounter meet. Anyway, let's have a quick stroll through this, because I don't think we've quite got time to do it for hours, but you know, here you go, you're going to get a bit of a vibe. Funky abstract things, funky. They've got a nice kind of organic vibe to them, which is kind of fun. Yeah, slightly more experimental stuff here, to a degree. Weirdly enough, always seems to be slightly experimental in exactly the same fashion every year, which is slightly bizarre. It does seem to be how it is. Can't be the same people each year. The same very similar cubit artists. I wonder if that is from there. Anyway, you get a quick vibe of it. I know, yes, it is a quick vibe, but I can't quite decide where not to stop. A few more abstract things, not bad. 1,400, much more affordable. Around here. Oh, crisp abstracts. On through here. Oh, funky people dressed up. That's fun. Yes, this is definitely meant to be the more, you know, out there kind of section. It's going to be the bit that's a bit different. April contemporary. It does have a weirdly similar vibe every year. It's kind of strange, but yeah, okay. It was a quick stroll, but it gives you a sense of this bit. No, I think there are some photos down here as well. Platform Photo 50 talks and discussions. Let's see what happens at Photo 50. So this bit appears to be Photo 50, which must be, well, Photo 50 works on a multi-generational group of women and non-binary photographers based in the UK. Well, it's actually one of the first places. This place is actually slightly warm. It's actually really cold today, and unbelievably cold in those other bits. Right, anyway, just a quick glimpse, get a vibe of what's going on. Not entirely sure whether there are 50 photographs, so it's just called Photo 50. But anyway, gives you a little vibe of what's going down, doesn't it? Freaky little booth section here. Funky little tiny photos in it. Kind of cool, actually. Quite like that. It's quite good, that bit. Alright, on we go. Platform. I'm not entirely sure what platform is, but we'll walk through that as well. That was Photo 50. This is platform. See what happens in here.
Get rid of the M. Get rid of the M. Yes.
This must be more of a raw editions. Can't quite tell. It certainly seems to be a different. It must be degree art with those pictures there. Guys walking through here.
Yes,
It's quite a lot more different things happening here. Trees are watching. Talks theatre. It's got big, that Talks theatre. I've never actually been to that Talks theatre before. It's actually quite huge. Check it out. It's actually quite nice. Absolutely stone cold in here, but quite funky. Right. On we go. Right. There we go. So that's giving you a good vibe of the whole art fair. So you've seen basically every bit of it this year, which is fun. And here we are, going to emerge, hopefully, back out into the fair. There we go. Must have walked down here before. I've got a weird feeling I haven't. But, yeah, there we go. Right, and we are back out. Yes, we need any coffee. Right, we're back out. There we go. So, what a bit of fun. So, as ever, London Art Fair, always really enjoy it. Hope you've enjoyed the tour, a little bit of a sort of full-on tour of every bit of it today, plus a bit of chit-chat about some of the pics that caught my eye. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. So as ever, like, subscribe to our top 10 for more exhibitions, often in London, interviews with artists, and my other channel, Travel Dog, for food reviews and travel, obviously. So like and subscribe to both those, and thanks for watching. Auf Wiedersehen, bye bye, ciao.